Leapmotor is probably the most pragmatic car company in China, the most honest. This gives you a true insight of what's really going on in China, and it's not what you think. There's more than 100 electric car manufacturers. Many of them will go bankrupt. Leapmotor is one of the biggest in China, but it said it will go bankrupt unless it can drastically increase sales, and it can't do that staying in China. It says the only way to survive, the only way for car companies in China to survive is to sell a minimum of hundreds of thousands of electric cars outside of China, not just within China. In fact, he's disclosed this very interesting information on production numbers that basically need to be at a minimum in order to survive beyond 2 to 3 years. What does this mean for car companies such as NIO and XPeng, who are selling well under this threshold? Well, it means what I've been saying all along. They need to ramp their production massively and start selling overseas much quicker than what they are. Otherwise, well, things will be looking very dire for them very, very soon. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. Great to see you. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Sam Evans. Yes, there is a dark side. The Chinese car industry, many, many billions of dollars will be lost. Now, that is what happens when you have competition. Some lose, some win. Prices get driven down, but some are crushed. And that is just the natural result of capitalism. We think of China as being this place where it's communist, but actually it's like the perfect bloodbath of capitalism. When I say perfect, I mean it's terrible and amazing all at once. It's chaotic, and that's what happens. That's what creates amazing technology, which you have to admit, a lot of amazing technology is coming out of China. Now, there's some amazing technology in many countries around the world, but none of it is as cheap and affordable as the battery, motor, EV technology, even the software technology that we're seeing come out of China within the past 12 months. Leapmotor has actually spoken to Volkswagen and Stellantis about partnerships, and I heard this rumor a number of times now coming out of China. Chinese electric car startup Leapmotor has confirmed it is looking for foreign partners to basically sell its EVs outside of China or license its technology. And they will need to significantly increase sales if they will survive in the EV industry, because it's becoming increasingly consolidated. At least it will. Leapmotor has little presence outside of China, says Carscoops.com, where it sold almost 111,000 electric cars last year. That's a big increase from the 44,000 it sold in 2021. While speaking with Reuters, Leapmotor chief executive Zhu Yanming revealed the firm is working on 5 new models underpinned by a unique platform that's currently in development. This new platform will be lighter, more efficient, and more costly to produce, at least cheaper to produce, I should say. The brand will also target exports in markets like Europe, Australia, and New Zealand. So Aussies, Kiwis, Europeans, good news for you. There'll be more choice available soon. He said, the CEO said, for us to survive, we have to achieve at least 500,000 to 1 million units of annual sales globally. It would take at least 2 to 3 years for us to achieve that. The automotive industry has to be consolidated. The top 10 automakers in the world all have annual sales of more than 4 million units. It is hard to achieve such a scale in China alone. Therefore, globalization is a must. This really does speak to my point on the risk that companies like Mitsubishi and Mazda and Subaru are in. They're at very close risk of falling below the million mark. And considering they're really not selling many EVs and don't plan on doing so within the next 5 years, you can clearly see there's a good chance that their cars will not be able to be profitable within a very short period of time. Zhu said that Leapmotor is speaking with foreign car manufacturers to license its EV platforms, as well as its batteries and motor technologies. And recent rumors from a number of sources in China have said that those companies include the Volkswagen Group and Stellantis, two of the biggest groups in the world. In early August, industry insiders revealed that Volkswagen is looking to revitalize its ailing Jetta brand, once one of the best-selling cars in China, through a partnership with Leapmotor. It's understood the German firm will purchase a platform of EV technologies from Leapmotor. Basically, get Leapmotor to contract manufacture for them, in a sense. They won't tell anyone that. That's pretty much what will happen. Separate reports say that Stellantis is also interested in working with the Chinese startup to expand its presence in China. And that comes after the Jeep brand, obviously owned by Stellantis, declared bankruptcy in China and left. Now, Stellantis doesn't have a very strong foothold in China. This could be a way for them to get an entry there. The reality is they sell very few cars in the world's biggest car market. And maybe they're looking for an opportunity to kind of get into that market. I've been saying this since I started this channel. By the end of the decade, most cars worldwide, except for those sold in the United States, Canada, and Mexico, will be made in China. They'll have different brands on them. They'll have different batteries made by probably different Chinese battery companies. But your new Volkswagen, your new Stellantis, your new Audi, your new Mercedes-Benz, as we've just learned, will very likely really be a collection of parts put together by some kind of company like Leap Motor or someone else, but include brands such as CATL, BYD, and others, and primarily really be Chinese. Now, really, I'm not saying this is a good thing. I'm simply saying in a matter-of-fact way, this is what has happened in every other manufacturing industry in the world. The last one to fall, the last domino, is the automotive industry. Now, considering the fact that 60% of all EVs sold worldwide today are made in China, well, I think it's pretty safe to say that my comments here are very likely to play out. But what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.